Planks. Yeah, planks.
Hello, good evening. Please wait for a while. I'm waiting for Miss Grand Philippines. Hello, MOBA pageants. Thank you. I'm so sorry because in my poster I put I put November 1st, but unfortunately I realized it's supposed to be now. Hi Vino, hi Nelson, hi Valerie. Let's just wait for Samantha. Yeah. Let's just wait for her to. Hi Vino. Yeah, because I sent out poster that I would be interviewing Samantha Panlilio. But it's supposed to be tomorrow, but I realized it's supposed to be today. Let's just wait for her.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. He was like a kid Nico.
Oh, where is
Yeah.
let's get
No,
to know more about our Miss Grand Philippines, Samantha Pandilio.
probably. It's-
Oh, it takes so long. No? I hope she doesn't have any problem with the connection. Hi, Jasmine. I'm going to interview Samantha Panlilio, Miss Grand Philippines to 2021. I hope she is coming in a little while. Hi, Jasmine. Please bear with me. And
Yeah,
yeah.
you gonna get?
Hi, sir. Hi, Mr. Kiko. Hi, Sir Manohara. Hi, Sir Kiko. Please wait. How now, Tala? Please wait for Samantha to join me. Hi, Edgar. Hi, Sir Kiko. Machado Mamma Mia. Hello. Please bear with me. I'm just waiting for Miss Grand Philippines 2021 Samantha Panlilio to join us. I think she's still fixing her connection. If you back to Philippines, whose queen you gonna meet first in person? I'm not sure, Bino. I'm not yet sure. Hi, Sash Papua. Where is Sam? Yeah, I'm good. Machado Mamma Mia. Are you in the Philippines or in other country? Sash Papua, hello. What's this Philippine fan account? Yeah, let's wait for Samantha. Please bear with me because she just messaged me and she'll be ready in 10 minutes. But I think she's having, she's fixing her connection. Where is Sam? Hi, Sam. Sam is already here. Okay, she's here. Where are you, Sam?
Hi.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Dude. So nice to meet you finally.
Yeah. Hello, Sam. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty.
Salamat.
Yes, salamat. Okay, so Sam, I would like to, ask some questions because, a lot of people are interested about you since, in the different videos that we're seeing, you were able to demonstrate your facility of the language. You're so articulate and you're so impressive when you
Oh my
speak.
gosh, thank you. I'm so flattered.
Yeah. Sam, first question, no? Everybody knows that you were educated in the United States, right? So, did you study there in high school or in college?
Oh no, I was born and raised here in the Philippines and I went to high school here, but I did take an international baccalaureate program, the IB program, which was
IB
quite hard,
program.
yes. And so after that, I moved to the US in 2013 for college.
Okay, 2013. And you studied in the University
UCLA,
of California.
Irvine, yes.
Yeah,
So
Irvine.
Orange County.
Okay. So what was the course that you took in the US?
I took up business information management, which is basically 2 degrees in one. It's computer science and business management. So, yeah, I was a coder back then. And then after college, I moved to LA for 2 years just to get some experience with digital marketing and whatnot. And ultimately, I moved back to the Philippines to help out with my family's business and also
Mm.
apply
Okay.
whatever I learned in the US here.
Okay, Sam, when you were younger, were you already interested or were you already dreaming of joining beauty pageants? Because as what I've found out, it's your very first pageant. The Binibining Pilipinas is your very first pageant, and you're so lucky and good enough to clinch the crown.
You. Actually, as a kid, no, I was very athletic. I played volleyball since I was in elementary. Actually competed abroad as well when I was in high school. And I actually went to Indonesia. We played at the Global Jaya School in
Yeah,
Jakarta.
Global Giant School.
Yeah, and that was
Mm.
very fun. It was like an international school volleyball competition. So no, beauty pageants was never in my plan. But moving back from the U.S., I always knew that I was going to help out with the family business. But this time around, I really wanted to reconnect with my culture because I felt that I was away for so long. And of course, upon finding out that my Aunt Myrna PANLILIO was the first ever Beanie Beanie universe, I just had to go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, so basically you finished your high school in the Philippines.
Yes.
Which particular school?
Southville International School. It's in Las
Ah,
Piñas.
you studied in Southville International
Yes.
School.
Yes.
Okay, because I taught around the area. I taught in San Beda, Alabang. I taught in De La
Oh,
Sansubero, and
okay.
I
Yeah.
have some. So
My
so
mom
you.
is from Alabang, so it's very close. You just have to pass through
Okay,
Via
yeah, that
Post.
makes sense. But during the Binibining Pilipinas, you represented Cavite.
I did, yes.
So you stay in Cavite right now.
There, basically, no, I stay mostly in Makati or Alabang because that's where my parents live. But I'm in Cavite almost every weekend because of business that we have there, and we also stay there in family house in
Mhm.
Ternate.
So I have so many friends, teacher friends, and teachers who taught at Southville International School.
Oh,
I
that's so
even I
nice.
even judge. I even judge in the long time ago when I was not yet here in Jakarta. I was invited to judge Miss UN in Southville, things
Oh
like
my
that.
God. I'm sure we have some mutual teacher friends.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Dudes.
you're so. I mean, this is amazing to know, no, and that explains why you're very good.
Oh, thank you. I
And
actually started
okay,
in Southville when I was 2 years old. So I got a
so
loyalty
blooded.
award.
Okay, knowing that you were very athletic, you were not really into pageant, what made you decide? Because you just came back to the Philippines in June or July.
July 2019.
Okay, so that time you thought of joining the pageant. What motivated you to join, and who prodded you or who encouraged you to join the BNB?
Well, actually, when I found out that I was going to go back already because my OPT, it's the extension visa that they give you after you attain a degree or, yeah, attain a degree in the US. When I found out that it was expiring, I thought to myself, it is time to go back home. So, but I wanted to do something different other than help with my family's business. So I reached out to some family friends who also did Beanie Beanie in the past and were very successful. So they also encouraged me to go for Beanie Beanie.
Okay, so when you signed up for Binibining Pilipinas, were you eyeing for a certain title or for a certain crown, or you just you just anticipated like whatever crown or title would be given to you would be just fine?
You know, being a debutante in pageantry, I really was just open and already proud of being able to be a Beanie Beanie or being part of the top 40 candidates. But, of course, as the time goes by, you learn how the system works, you learn how pageantry works, you also discover more things about yourself. And I knew that I wanted Intercon or Grand because I think that fit my personality the most.
Okay, what is your take on this? No, because you're the third Samantha who would be
Yes.
representing Philippines in the Miss Grand International. Samantha Law, Samantha Bernardo. I mean, do you think it's a coincidence or it's destined to be what's your thoughts on it?
I would like to think it's destiny. And although you try your hardest in a pageant, it's very true what people say. The stars have to align for you. Everything, when they announced me as Miss Grand Philippines, everything came to my head and I was like, oh, this happened because it led me to this and all that. So I think it is destiny. Or
Yeah.
it's in
Okay.
a row, at least.
Yeah, Sam, when you were already during the coronation, did you have any inkling? Did you have any feeling that, oh, I think I have a big chance of, clinching one of the crowns? I mean, what were you feeling? I mean, I'm so interested to find out what were the things running in your mind during that time?
Stepping into the stage, I just told myself, just be grateful and enjoy the show, enjoy this moment because it's a once in a lifetime moment. So even after I answered when we were in top 12 and I knew that Grand was about to be called and Intercon was given away already, um, I I was just grateful for that moment, and I just knew that I did my best, and I have no regrets.
Okay. So, aren't you feeling the pressure that, Samantha Bernardo landed first runner-up in the Miss Grand International? Or, I mean, of course, there's some sort of a pressure, right? But then, how do you cope with it? How do you handle it? And how do you confront such pressure?
Well, any pressure can be turned into good pressure if you let it be like that. So whenever, someone maybe compares me to Sam Bernardo, I think that I'm fully equipped with all the tips that the past Miss Grand Philippines um, has given me. And so I'm not looking at it like bad pressure. I just want to enjoy and just know that at the end of the day, I did my best.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, no? I mean, don't be pressured because each one of you is actually different, no? You're so unique,
We
I
have the same
mean,
name.
yeah, exactly. What do you think? Well, people are very much impressed with your speaking skills. You're very articulate, and you're a woman of substance whenever you open your mouth. And then, how can you, where do you attribute your mastery and fluency of the English language?
If most people don't know, if you come to the Philippines, you can really survive with just speaking English. And in the
Yeah.
high school and elementary school I was in, English was always the first language. And as a kid, I read a lot. And also, I think that with helping with a family business, as when I was 10, my dad started including me in the business meetings. And so I was very much used to public speaking and being around more mature people. And I think that really helped develop my diction and English.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. Sam, I've heard you were involved in different, worthwhile cause. But I was very, I'm actually very interested to find out about the one that you did during the pandemic, wherein you were preparing foods, hundreds of foods. Could you please tell something about that?
Sure. I mean, I found a charity that where you can cook meals, and then we meet up in this one restaurant, and we go with the Philippine Army, and we go distribute it in different parts of Makati and Manila. So that was a very, very humbling experience for sure.
What made you decide to, to work on it? What made you decide to do that? What inspired you?
Well, I love to cook. I really do. And I also have like a cooking Instagram called Wifey Worthy Meals. So guys, go follow it if you haven't. And I decided I have so much free time, and I just watching the news during the lockdown in the Philippines. It was really bad, and I felt really sad for my fellow kababayans. So I just knew I had to do something in my own little way. And I thought, what better way to contribute than doing something that I love as well.
Okay, you were also involved in the Habitat for Humanity, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your involvement was prior to Bini Bini days, right?
Yes, yes. That was still in high school, but I was also an active member while I was in college. And also
Okay.
for Habitat, just to add on, we went to China and also Indonesia, and we went to the rural parts there and also helped build houses. So that really opened up my eyes too.
Okay. Okay. Being a graduate of an IB school is very challenging, right? Okay. So,
Yes.
how would you describe your life as an IB student?
Oh, always adjusting to all the deadlines for sure.
And for sure you wing all the, you manage to, pass with flying colors the essays because you're very articulate, you're very good in
Yes,
communication.
the 4,000-word essay. I actually wrote my essay, my final essay on Harry Potter and about his messianic complex. See, I still remember it. I still have PTSD over that essay.
Oh, okay. So I also heard that you were involved as a brand ambassador of Kind, in Orange County in California. Could you please elaborate about it? Because not everybody knows what is it all about.
Sure. Well, Kind is basically a protein bar, and it promotes health, wellness, and that was actually my first job. during college, and I was head of marketing, and I would also promote it on social media and also organize some events for the brand.
So basically, after your university days in the US, you still, explored in the working or things. I saw one guesting of yours in the Ellen show.
God.
I mean, who invited you there? And because not everybody is given the opportunity or the chance to become part of the show, no? So how did you manage to get through or to get invited there?
So to get to the Ellen show, you actually just have to apply for tickets online, and it's kind of a raffle. So after 2 years of waiting, my friends and I finally got it. But this was for the actual talk show. But I guess while we were in line, we were just having so much fun, and we were having very dynamic conversations that the producer reached out to us. He was like, "Hey, you guys seem like a fun time. Maybe you should go audition for Ellen's Game of Games." And 4 auditions later, we got in, and that's how I ended up on her game show.
So actually, you were already very exposed, prior to coming to the Philippines, going back to the Philippines, and I think. Could you say that the experience that you had in the US added to the confidence that you're exuding right now?
Definitely. I mean, when I moved to the US, I was alone. I didn't have any parents with me or any family members there. So you really have to learn how to fend for yourself, how to be independent, and how to prioritize and manage your goals and how to reach them as well. So yeah, I really think that my time there was worthwhile, amongst other things like making really great friends who I know I'll call my bridesmaids in the future.
Okay, what is the main advocacy that you're trying to promote and to push?
Definitely sustainability. When I first started with Beanie Beanie, my advocacy was building sustainable houses in rural parts of the Philippines because that is very much related to Habitat for Humanity. But as I kept volunteering and going to Cavite and checking out different farms and connecting with local farmers, I realized that I really am passionate about agricultural sustainability because I think that it's an untouched gem in the Philippines. And although we have so much land, we are not maximizing our resources. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Are you under a beauty camp in the Philippines?
Yeah, I'm with Tito Raj and KF.
Okay, Kagandahang Flores.
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think would be, aside from communication skills, what do you think will be your edge over your competitors during the Miss Grand International?
Well, I'm sure that all my grand sisters are amazing and they all have their strengths, but personally, I don't like to compare or say what might be my edge. But I guess I've been training really, really hard on my pasarela because we all know how important it is to perform in Miss Grand. And so I'm very excited for you all to see that.
Okay. So, have you met or have you communicated so far with the other sisters in Miss Grand International?
Yes, we all have a group chat, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, have you say you have a group chat, right? So who among the candidates are close to you now? I mean, that you regularly communicate with?
I've talked a lot with Miss Spain. She's so lovely. She's so very nice. And same with Miss France and also Sophia. We've exchanged a few messages, but for the most part, we react to each other's stories. Also, Maria from Ecuador. They're all very nice, and the group chat is really funny. I feel like we're gonna have a fun time together.
Okay. So, what are your plans after the Miss Grand International? I mean, what are your future plans? What are the things that you would want to still continue doing, and what are the things that you still want to explore?
Well, I've always been a businesswoman, and I have a couple of business ideas in mind that I'd like for it to become a reality, hopefully in the future. But right now, my goal is to really do my best in Miss Grand, and Yeah, that's what I'm prioritizing right now. So all my attention's on that.
Okay. So you are 25 or 26 years old right now?
I'm 25.
25, so still very young.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Quarter age.
some were asking me, no, some were giving me some private messages. Please ask Samantha if she is already engaged, if she has a
Oh my God.
boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend, but I'm not engaged. I told him
Okay,
to
okay.
wait 2, 3 more
Mm.
years.
So how supportive is your boyfriend with your, this endeavor, right?
Oh, very supportive, very supportive. I think that's very important in a relationship to never hold back that person for all the aspirations that they want in life. The purpose of having someone else or a partner is so that you could support them in whatever they do and also encourage them to push themselves as much as they can. So I'm
Mm.
glad that I have that.
Yeah. Okay, I have a Thai vlogger friend who interviewed you before, Ko.
So,
Okay, so Ko.
yeah.
And then he told me this afternoon, please give my virtual hugs to Samantha.
Aw. Virtual hugs, Co, in case you're watching. Can't wait to see you.
Okay, Samantha, I'm interested to know, no, how do you handle bashers? How do you handle internet bashers? Because no matter how nice you are, no matter how beautiful you are in the eyes of a lot of people, still there will always be bashers, right? And as a beauty queen, we are interested to know how Miss Grand Philippines 2021 handle or confront such, bashers.
Well, sometimes reading them, of course you get hurt. We're only human. But I handle them by just ignoring them. But I also don't disregard them because when people have a long comment, I try to read it because maybe they have a point. Maybe there's something that I'm overlooking that I can improve on. But at the end of the day, take everything with a grain of salt and just know in your heart who you are. You don't need anyone else dictating that.
Okay. Sam, I would like you to please greet the thousands of Filipino teachers who are teaching here in Indonesia. They are all rooting for you.
Oh, thank
So can you please
you.
greet them now? They're watching.
Sure. Hi to all the teachers, Filipino teachers in Indonesia. I super, super appreciate your support and mabuhay kayong lahat.
Okay, thank you. Samantha, what they're asking me to do is that to ask you some beauty pageant questions
Sure.
because knowing they're so mesmerized with the way you speak and with the way you express your thoughts. So it's just for fun, right? Okay, so let
Okay.
me ask you a question. Okay,
Sure.
would you marry a man who has a different religion than yours?
Yes, I would marry a man who has a different religion as mine because religion doesn't equal beliefs. And as long as we have the same goals in life and the same values, and I think that's good enough for me because at the end of the day, love is love. Love wins, right?
Okay. Would you marry a man who is less successful than you are?
Yes, I would because it shouldn't matter how successful you are. For me, success to me is me being happy and me feeling like I have lived my life to the fullest and have given all my efforts to all my goals. And so as long as my partner is doing the same and I know that he's happy, then being successful financially doesn't mean that much to me.
Okay. Do you think, mastery and fluency of the English language is necessary for you to win a crown?
Cinderella's question. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
Cindy, congrats. I'm so, so proud of her.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
she did amazing. Hannah and I actually stayed up till like 7 a.m. watching. So
oh,
that was very
yeah.
fun. Yes. But like Cindy, I have to agree, no, you don't have to master the English language as long as you portray your own character and you get the message across. And yeah, I don't think you need to master the English language to get a crown. And we've seen that.
Okay.
There are a lot of winners whose language is not English.
Okay. What do you think is the most important social movement of your generation and why?
Hmm. I think that the most important social movement would probably be Black Lives Matter. And I say this because I have a lot of friends who lived in and I really heard their sentiments about the whole movement. And I think that movement that started in late 2019 really opened a lot of our eyes to the other existing issues that we already have. It opened our eyes to the existing divide that we have in terms of discrimination, in terms of social statuses. And so I think that that really was a jet setter for all the other issues to be talked about and for us to be able to have an open conversation about it. So, yeah.
Amazing.
A
Amazing, Sam.
lot.
Okay, since Miss Grand International is actually promoting peace and, I want to ask you this question. If you were given 30 seconds to deliver a message to a global terrorist, what would you say?
First of all, Mr. Terrorist, I really hope that you reconsider what you're doing because even though you might have a goal of destroying a nation or whatever you'd like to destroy, you are also affecting so many lives, so many families, and so many children. So before you do that, I'd like you to think about your own family and see how you'd feel if that were done to you, with you being just collateral damage. So please reconsider.
My gosh, you're so flawless. Your English is, very impeccable. Okay. I'm so mesmerized. What is the greatest contribution of your country to the entire world?
I think that the greatest contribution of the Philippines to the entire world is not just our physical resources, but our hospitality. And as you know, Filipinos are so friendly and we're so nice, but people have to understand that the Filipino culture is made of different cultures because we've been conquered by different uh, Western worlds before. We've been conquered by Spain, Japan, and America. And I think that it's so amazing that we can have all of those cultures here in the Philippines and for people to experience that as well.
Yeah, okay. Our viewers are in awe with the way you
Oh,
answer.
thank
Okay,
you.
you're so good, Sam. My gosh. So, personal question: what is your biggest fear, and how do you plan to overcome it?
Okay, well, shallow answer first. My greatest fear are lizards. I don't know, I can't take the slime, so the best way to overcome it is to make sure that all my house has like screens. But on a more serious note, my other greatest fear is the fear of not knowing that I did my best. I've repeated this so many times earlier, but I just feel like when you have a goal in mind and you finish it by knowing that you didn't give it your all, then I would just be so disappointed with myself.
Yeah, it's like we're having a Q&A session, and you are giving perfect
It's
answers.
my view.
Okay, and it's so interesting, no? Because you are not a type of queen who is giving a patterned answer. I mean, it comes from the heart. It comes naturally. You're so genuine, and that makes you so strong and extra beautiful. You know what, Sam? When you open your mouth, you're so magical.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sir
You're
Drews.
so
Feel it.
beautiful. That's why, I love asking you these questions, no? Uh, what would you say to someone who believes that pageants are archaic and against the feminist movement?
I would tell them that you are wrong. Because pageants have evolved. It's really not just about beauty. And if you notice that our most recent queens nowadays, we're women of substance. We are women who believe in feminism and we are women who encourage other women as well. That's what pageantry is all about, empowering other women. And so I would tell that person to take a hard look again at pageantry and really recognize how much work all these beauty queens put into their aspirations.
Okay, Queen Samantha, let's try to entertain some questions for our viewers. First, from J. Darius Bergado, this is the question: what is the name of your walk? I think he's asking about your signature walk.
Secret.
Still
Actually,
secret?
secret.
Okay, J. Darius, please wait. In due time, you will be able to know, the name of Samantha's walk. Be patient.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. Okay, from Roger Movin from Malaysia. Not a question, but I hope you're doing great, my queen. Love from Malaysia.
Oh, thank you. Sending virtual hugs to Malaysia.
Okay, next question. Everything is like, how are you doing, Queen? Hi, Queen. What's your walk? Like, they're so interested about your walk. Okay, what from pageant that diva current preparation, Sam? What are the things that you're doing? Of course, you cannot disclose everything because this is something confidential. But at least the things that you could disclose to your fans. No, what are some of the preparations that you're doing?
Well, I'm training for Q&A right now. Also practicing the delivery of my speech and training really, really hard with Pasarela, and of course going to the gym because I have to make sure that the body is on point.
Okay. From Pat Hot ASP, what is the greatest lesson that this pandemic has brought to humanity?
I think that the greatest lesson that this pandemic brought to humanity is that we were able to take a step back and also show gratitude to the people around us who we find or deem important. Because during the pandemic, I'm sure everyone has experienced this. Never felt so lonely before, and I feel that personally, I was able to appreciate my friends and family even more. And so it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, being able to reconnect with people.
Okay. From William .aldz. Hi, Ate Sam. My question is this: have you studied Thai language?
Yes.
Okay. So watch out. Watch out. She is learning the Thai language. Okay. From Cloud Fenneler. Okay. How about Natcos Hint? Hi, Sam. Love you. And also Jesslyn. Can you give us a hint of your national costume and evening gown? Love you, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would love to, but I really want it to be a surprise. So I'm going to keep this to myself for now.
Yeah, I hope you understand, no? Because we cannot just disclose everything, because it's part of the preparation, part of the game plan. So just wait for it. Be patient. The competition is very near. It's a month to go, and you will definitely be informed about that. Now, another question. Who is the designer of your gown, Ate Sam? From C. Angelo Fernandez.
All of these I can't disclose, you guys. I'm gonna keep it to myself also for now.
They're so makulit. Don't be so makulit, guys. No? Because you have to understand. No. Just be patient. If we love and we support Samantha, we are very much willing to learn, right, and to wait.
Yes, and thank
so,
you guys.
yeah, okay. Let's have. We have so many questions. My gosh, you are. If ever you win the first ever Miss Grand International title for the Philippines, what is the first thing you will do from Clark Zircon Parkon?
The first thing that I would do is, of course, eat. Because after dieting for so long, I would love to eat. And I understand that a lot of the Miss Grand Queens who win, they always have a mukbang challenge. So that's something that I would love to do straight off the bat. But on a more serious note, of course, I would really try to immerse myself in more of the culture of Thailand and, of course, connect with the charities that Miss Grand International is active with, naturally.
Okay, you have so many questions. I'm so sorry. You have so many
No, it's
fans.
fine.
From May PLMNSB, what does a crown symbolize to you, Queen Sam?
I think that a crown symbolizes effort. It's the effort and the soul that you carry. Because for me, I'm not just representing myself. I'm representing my entire country. I'm representing the people who have supported me from day one. I'm representing all the designers who helped me throughout this process. And so more than just a victory for the country, it's really it's a reflection of the effort that they always say a queen is always raised by a village. It's a reflection
Okay.
of all of that.
Yeah, well, very well said. From Pawi, what? Okay, I'll try to modify it a bit because I think it was already asked, but there's a follow-up question. What is the
Okay.
greatest lesson you've learned in this time, and what advice you would give to a teenager or to your teenager fans?
So the advice I would give to teenagers is to just kapit lang in Filipino means hold on, because I know that at least for here in the Philippines, a lot of the students are still in homeschool, and I know that it's very very hard to be homeschooled, even Southville as well. And I know that your social lives are gone, but you know what, you guys, it's not the end of the world. And again, like I always emphasize in some of my talks, that you have the luxury of time. So take advantage of that. You have so many different things that you could do, extracurricular activities, whether that be learning a new coding language or painting. Everything that you do now as kids will really benefit you in the future and contribute to your success.
Okay, from VM. Austin, any advice given to you by Miss Samantha Bernardo?
Yeah, she gave me a lot of advice. We're actually really good friends. And she told me to just enjoy the process and do your best and be yourself.
Okay. From Char B. Fernando, who is the candidate you want to be with the top two with you? That's a very controversial question.
Yeah, it's very confidential, and I don't want to say it because I know that all the girls are bringing something to the table, and I know that we're all deserving. It's already such a blessing for all of us to be competing in Miss Grand International, and so everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
would say that it would be amazing to be in the top two with another Asian candidate, because I know it's been a while since Team Asia has gotten the Miss Grand crown, so that would be very amazing.
Okay. From Roger Moving, how are you doing, Queen Sam, right now? With all the preparations that you're having, with all the interviews that you're doing and guesting and all like that, how are you?
I am fine. I'm fine. I'm happy, and I think I'm on the right track. And I am also very grateful for all the support I've been getting, especially from my core team and my supporters. So thank you guys so much for keeping me grounded.
Okay. Another one. What do you believe is the most important issue facing women in the workplace today?
I think that throughout history, I feel that women have really made an effort to be a little more equal, especially in the workforce place, and especially in terms of how much we get paid compared to men. And I think that the biggest issue now, which is not a secret, is sometimes there may be sexual harassments that happen. This issue was brought up around 5 years ago, but I do know that in other countries it's still very prominent. And I hope that those countries that still have a lot of those reports try to make laws that protect women more, especially in the workplace. Women should feel safe anywhere, especially their workplace.
Okay, from Diane Angeli, who is your role model?
My mom. No, but my role
Yes.
model as well, I didn't meet my Aunt Myrna Pandilio, or I met her when I was young, but she passed away very fast. But upon talking to a lot of her relatives and my distant relatives, they did tell me about her and how inspirational she was and how much of a go-getter she was. So, she made history as Binibining Pilipinas' first Miss Universe title holder. And so I hope to make history in Miss Grand.
Oh, oh yeah. By the way, for the information of everybody, the very first Binibining Pilipinas Universe is the aunt, right? Aunt of
Yeah.
Miss Samantha Panlilio. So it runs in the blood. Okay. Okay. Next from Claudette. What can you say to a girl who is very insecure?
I would tell that girl that there's nothing to be insecure about. Be comfortable with your body, be comfortable with who you are. However, if you do think that you need improvement in certain aspects of your life, then don't be afraid to go get it. No one's going to judge you for wanting to be better. So don't be insecure, and do something about it if you are.
Okay, Claudette, Sam has given you a perfect answer for your question. Okay, from Pau, for you, what is the essence of pageantry in this time of pandemic?
I think that the essence of pageantry is definitely to give everyone hope and to give everyone a sense of victory as well in their own rights. Because, again, joining a pageant, what you want to do is inspire other people to strive for what they want in life, no matter the situation. And with the pandemic, I know that a lot of people really need that beacon of hope. And it's so amazing to be able to be one of those too, and to be part of this pageant.
Yeah, your fans are loving you the more because you are giving them substantial answers, no, on point answers, no. From Fernando, what are your thoughts about other candidates?
My Miss Grand. I think they're all so beautiful. I like when I first joined the group chat and we all started following each other. Wow, Miss Grand candidate, they're very beautiful, and I can't wait to meet my sisters too.
Okay, from 93 Pageant 1. This is, I've already asked this, but I think he hasn't heard the answer. So let's entertain his question. Do you have any pressure considering the previous year's achievement as first runner-up?
Of course, there's pressure, like I answered earlier, but also it's up to you on how to translate that pressure into something good and into something that could motivate you.
Okay, from William. Ate Sam, have you asked former Miss Grand Philippines queens for their pieces of advice?
Of course, I've talked to all of them actually, except for the first one. But yeah, I've actually hung out with Perul as well 2 weeks ago, and they all gave me such great insights. And the same with Elizabeth Clancy and Eva and Nicole, who's helping me with my speech as well, and Sam, of course, and Sam Lowe. So it's nice to have a little Grand Philippines family within Binibini.
Okay, from Oliver, it's a bear, not a bear, it's Oliver. Who do you think, Ate Sam, is your biggest competitor in the competition?
Sounds cliche, but it's definitely myself. Because at the end of the day, how you perform is up to you, and it's up to you on how you use everything that you've trained for.
Okay, amazing. So many questions. Okay. Next from Jess Lim. I really love Sam, Sir Dudes. Can you please ask her to greet me? Thank you so much, Jess Lim.
Hi, Jesslyn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mr. Dudes and I very much appreciate your support, and I hope that you are safe and well wherever you are.
Okay, wait. Because other questions are almost the same, so I'm trying to, I'm trying to choose one which is not yet asked. No. Wait, so many, almost the same questions. They're so interested about your national costume.
Yeah,
Okay.
the walk.
Okay, this one. When will you fly to Thailand?
I am going to be flying on November 16th at 12:10 a.m. So technically, I'll be at the airport by November 15th late at night.
Okay. Well, can you ask the same question with San Bernardo with the last three part? I think they want to know your thoughts if there is, a remaining vaccine, no? Who will you who will you give it to what is that, a 13-year-old or 15
Senior
year old
citizen or
uh,
16-year.
kid or to a senior citizen?
Actually, I made a YouTube video along with other Beanie Beanies like Maureen, and we made a reaction video with Sam's pageant. And right when they asked that question, we all unanimously said senior citizens, because here in the Philippines, it's really emphasized that they are really the ones biologically who can be affected the most by this virus. So, as a Pinay, of course, I would say senior citizens.
Okay. From Silang Cavite, do you think height is an advantage to or do you think height is advantageous for a beauty queen?
Well, in the past, of course, height or being taller was always an advantage. However, during these times, it's very prevalent, and we also see it that height doesn't matter as much. A lot of pageants have lowered their standard in terms of height. And I think that whatever aspect or whatever factor you may have, it's up to you on how to use it. So, yes, height can totally be an advantage if you use it well.
Okay. From May, if you could meet any person in history, who would it be and why?
If I could meet any person in history, I would have to say I would love to meet Nelson Mandela, because I know he was such a prominent figure in our history, and he's really, wrote amazing speeches that really changed the way that we view things and has really made an impact in our overall humanity. So it would be amazing to pick his brain and really see how he had so many visions of how we could improve in the future.
Okay, from your fans, from Sampan, that official fan page, what is your message to your Sam Blazers?
Yes, so to all my Sam Blazers, maraming salamat sa pagnunood dito. Salmon ni Mr. Dudes, oh my gosh, my Filipino. And I really appreciate your guys' support. You know that I'm only a message away. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, one good thing about you, Sam, is that when I first added you in the Instagram, you didn't hesitate, you didn't have any second thoughts of accepting me. I mean, you're you're a very good soul. You're a very genuine lady, and I love you for that. And that makes you really very, uh lovable to everybody, right?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Juice, and thank you so much for thinking of me as well. I'm very, very flattered, and I appreciate your time.
Okay, next. Sorry, there are so many questions.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
It only shows, no, that the people are actually very interested in you. Okay, what do you think are the advantages of women over men?
I think that the advantages of women over men is that we are more connected to our emotions, and we've learned through time that that is not something to be embarrassed about. We should embrace it. We should also share that with the opposite sex and let people know that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to vent your feelings and feel whatever you're feeling. Again, like we're in a decade of prioritizing mental health. And so, yes, I think that women are a little more connected to their emotions, but as women, we should also encourage others to not feel afraid to do so.
Okay. Another question from Cian. Current waistline, Ate Sam. Love you, Ate. Labang para sa unang gintong corona. Love, love, love.
Current waistline is now 23, but the goal is 22.5.
Okay. Next.
Vital signs eh.
Okay, this one is a good question. What is the hardest question that you've ever heard?
I had an interview last week, and I wasn't expecting this question, but the two interviewers asked me if I wasn't representing the Philippines, what country would I represent? So I was really taken aback because it's something I never thought of. I'm
Yeah.
Filipina. But I did answer that I would represent Spain because naturally, as Filipinos, we do have Spanish blood in us, and a lot of our ancestors are Spanish, and my grandma's actually Spanish as well. So I feel that that would be the next in line.
Okay. Okay, this one is actually crying because she wants you to shout out her name before she studies. Claudette. Claudette.
Oh, hi, Claudette. Good luck with your studies. I hope that you ace whatever final or quiz that you have this week, and laban lang.
Okay, from Kian Tiamson, how many percent are you ready for your international pageant? Or I think, how ready are you for the Miss Grand International?
I think that I am 8 out of 10 ready because mentally I'm ready, emotionally I'm ready, but the 2 points, the minus 2 points, will have to go to the packing that I need to do. So there's a
Okay.
lot of packing.
Okay, from MST.J, do you think you can bring home the first golden crown for our country?
Yes, of course, I think I can bring home the first golden crown for the Philippines because you don't go into a competition thinking that you're only going to end up as a candidate. You have to go there with a winning mindset and a winning attitude. And so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, there is one funny message here. Ate Sam, ba't niyo po nilunok yung microphone? It only, I mean, it means like, why are
I
you
know.
so articulate? Why
Yeah.
are you so good? Okay. So sorry, but she really has the gift of gab. Okay, next question. There's another question. Why do you think violence is very rampant in today's society? And as a beauty queen, what can you do about it?
I think that violence stems from people not having their basic needs. And obviously, at this very moment, there's the pandemic, and a lot of people are suffering from hunger and not being able to get the basic necessities because they can't go to work regularly. And so I think that that might be one of the main root causes of violence. And as a beauty queen, we have this platform to be able to inspire people and to also show how we could help those in need. And I think that is very, very important nowadays. So be kind.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now from Megan Victoria 77. Hey Samantha, greetings from LA.
What's up?
Okay.
I miss LA. Yeah.
From Limuel, Miss Sam, what can you hint about your gowns? My gosh, for Miss Grand International, why are you so eager to know
My
her
lips are
gowns?
lips.
Again, I would like to be very emphatic about it. Please be patient because she cannot just disclose it as early as now. So we want to keep you in suspense until the pageant week probably.
Yes.
Okay, any message for those who are struggling for their online class from Rara Z?
Yeah, so for all the students in online classes right now, I would advise you to just keep doing your best, even though no one's monitoring you. This is a great time to practice self-discipline. And again, I know that this will benefit you in the future. And just do your best, and we will get through this.
Okay. From Hanny, this is a Maxine Medina question. What is the most significant change you've seen in the world in the last 10 years?
I think that the most significant change that I've seen in the world in the last 10 years is not only how technology progress and how much more people are connected. But the best thing to see about that is how we're using these connections and being able to be more aware about certain problems and issues that are going on worldwide. And I think that's an amazing thing as long as we don't abuse technology and use it for the good of humanity.
Okay, from the what would you rather throw away, love or money?
Money. Love, if you find love, whether that be with a partner or a relative or a friend, it's priceless. Never throw something that you value a lot like love for something
Mm.
that is tangible.
From this one is just funny. I find it funny. From Excel, pwede ka po ba magpaayuda ng talino? I love you.
That's so funny.
Oh, di ba? It's so funny. I mean, uh, that because they're very much impressed because you're a woman of substance at a very early age. Ang galing-galing mo. Okay, from what's this? From Prime. What's this? If you will have an opportunity to change something in the world, what would it be?
I had the opportunity to change anything in the world. I would change the basic infrastructures of countries who are in need of better infrastructures because as we've seen, countries that have good infrastructures mean that they have better access to necessities and they usually have more opportunities. So I
Okay.
would restructure some infrastructure. Very
Okay.
habitat for humanity.
Okay. From Sebastian, what do you think should we be teaching the next generation about protecting our planet?
I think that we have to teach them that we have to be more sustainable. Again, this is my advocacy, and there are so many ways in which you can contribute to making sure that our earth is safe. And in a time where, again, there's so many infrastructures, so many buildings, we have to also make an effort to learn about the new ways of sustainability, like vertical farming or, planting your own plants at home. It's so, so important. So, yeah, always learn.
Okay, from Abigail Joy. How do you feel now that the pageant is near?
Nervous and excited. Nervous. I think that my nerves will go away once I'm on the flight to know that, to let it sink in that we're here, it's real, it's happening. But for the most part, I'm so excited. So excited for this experience. I know it's going to be very, very amazing.
Okay, from Lem, if you could be outrageous for one day, what will you do and why?
I would go skydiving and also swim with sharks because I'm not scared of heights, but I am scared of sharks. So if I would be outrageous, yeah, I would go for it, but also make sure that there's a cage around me or something.
Okay, from we, what is the biggest enemy of humans and why?
I think that the biggest enemy of humans is ourselves and the way or the negative thoughts that we put into our mind. My mom, just to share with you, my mom actually told me this just earlier. She told me that your body naturally gives off energies. And if you have negative thoughts or negative energies or you're depressed, you give off less of those energies that actually protect you from COVID or, have an impact on you. So encourage everyone to just be positive. And if you're in a dark place, reach out to friends. Again, we have the technology for it. So make the most out of it.
Okay, from Leo. Please do the intro, Miss Samantha PANLILIO, Philippines.
I think we should say that too.
Let's reserve that, guys. No, let's not ask her to do that
I
now.
did, I
Okay.
did post though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few days ago I posted one, but I blurred it.
Okay. Yeah, but let's not overdo that, guys. Let's reserve that during the pageant. Uh, proper. Okay. Next, from Mo. If you were to become a lawmaker, what would be the first law you will want to pass and why?
If I were to be a lawmaker, I would make a law on helping our or clean our streets even more. Because I know that yes, Manila is very clean, and kudos to all the government officials and public servants who are helping with that. However, I think that we have to have a stronger initiative in terms of keeping our environment clean, and also, making more designated places for trash, because I sadly still see a lot of places that don't practice that, or it hasn't become their norm. So I hope that we could make a law that will encourage us to do that.
Okay, from It's Danny. Why should you be the next Miss Grand International?
Is this
Love
a
you,
close story?
Sam. Spare some of your brain cells.
Should I answer it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that sorry.
Yeah. Why should you be the next Miss Grand International?
I think that I should be the first Miss Grand International because I know that I have the grit. I know that I have the character, and since I was trained when I was younger, I'm ready to work and I'm ready to face whatever goals and aspirations that the organization may have. And I know that I have a voice and I want to be able to use that voice for the better.
From Dolly. Uh, what's this? What superpower would you want to have? And what is the first thing you would do once you get it?
I would love to fly. Those one of the X-Men movies, I forget which one, but one of them had amazing wings, and so I would love to fly and just be able to go wherever I can without having to get a PCR test. I'm kidding, but the first thing I would do is definitely fly to Palawan and just relax there. So,
Okay. Next question from Hania. What can you do to improve education, not only in the Philippines, but all over the world?
I think that to improve education, we need to start with the leaders and we need to start with their coordination with the different schools. And yeah.
Okay. From Arnhi Clamosa, give one trait that every beauty queen must possess.
Confidence, self-confidence for sure.
Mm. Okay, let's have last five, because if we will keep on asking Samantha, it will never end.
Okay.
Okay, last five question. Okay, this time from George. This one is good. What is your life's philosophy?
My life's philosophy is that there's always room for improvement. My parents instilled that in me when I was younger, and that quote and philosophy has always made me push myself to do better today than yesterday.
Okay, next. From Rai. What is one big mistake that you made in your life, and what did you do to make it right, Miss Universe?
Okay, I think that one of the mistakes that I did in life, in college, was actually I really wanted to be a film director, but because of the nature of my family's business, I just opted to just focus on the sciences. Oh, hello. Sorry. Yeah. So I decided to focus on the sciences instead. And so one thing that I wish I did was to actually to have taken a minor in film or something, because I still feel very passionate about it. And for me, though, I think that it's never too late. And I don't consider it a mistake because everything that I've done has led me to where I am now. And I do know that I can correct that mistake in the future by taking some courses on that as well.
Okay, Sam, are you opening your doors? So definitely, after the pageant, the doors will be opening for you to enter show business. Are you trying to consider that, if ever?
Mr. Dudes, I haven't thought about it. Again, my mind is all on Miss Grand. I don't want to. Yes, because if you make other plans, more than Miss Grand or outside of it, then I just feel like I would defocus. So I just want to focus on it
Oh,
for now. Diba?
this one is, yeah, this one is I find it funny, from your fans, from the official. What would you do next right after this live?
Eat. No, actually, I'm gonna take my makeup off and try to go to sleep because I do have an early day tomorrow for training.
Okay. So from Ben Vidor, let's have last three questions. When is it okay not to be okay? And when is it not okay to be okay?
I answered this with Boy Bunda already, but I'm gonna say it again. I think that it's okay not to be okay always because we are going through a lot of things in our lives. We're going through the pandemic, and it's not a very easy pill to swallow. So it's okay to not be okay all the time, but it's not okay to not be okay when you know that it's time for you to reach out before you harm yourself or before you know that you're gonna have a mental breakdown. Again, you know yourself the most, and so you should gauge yourself and also know when it's right to ask a friend for help simply. And I feel
Okay.
that as that one friend, if you know that your friends are going through something, I'd like to encourage everyone to also reach out to your friends. A simple hello, how are you can really go a long way.
Okay. Last two questions. Sorry, because Samantha would be so tired. She still has a training tomorrow. From Lam whatever 04. What can you say, or what would be your advice to all the Filipino people this coming 2020 presidential election?
Yeah, so everyone vote. You have the power in your hands, and whatever values that you believe in, make sure that it's reflected in your vote because one vote can go a long way. And I hope that we get the leaders that we deserve.
Okay. Okay, last question from Janice. Okay. What is your view about transgender women who join pageants?
You know, this has been a very prominent issue that a lot of people have been talking about recently, but I think that we should allow them to join. Actually, we shouldn't even say that we should allow them. They should just be able to join because how can we call ourselves inclusive if we don't let that happen? Again, gender doesn't define you, but you can define yourself, and we should also always respect that to whoever we are talking to.
Mhm. Okay. So actually, I've seen a lot of questions coming in, but I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, we cannot entertain them anymore. But probably you can give us a private message, or at least,
Yes.
But just wait for Sam during the Miss Grand International, and she will definitely, satisfy all of you guys. No. And before we end, Sam, I would like to really thank you for your kindness, for your generosity, for your very good soul. You're so nice. You're so. I cannot really put into words how I feel towards you because you epitomizes what a queen should be. No, very down to earth, very humble in spite of your, your strength, which is very evident. You're one of the most articulate queens I've ever met in my life. I do not know. Words are not enough. Actually, I can't really. I can't fathom how I would really describe a Samantha Panlilio. And I'm wishing you the very best during the Miss Grand International. Uh, Everybody loves you, no? Virtual thanks to you, and we hope that you'll be able to, clinch, the crown, right? Any last message to your fans all over the world? Because they're all over the world, actually.
So yes, to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in, and we really appreciate your support. And again, I'm so sorry. I'll try to answer more questions next time. And so yes, please keep supporting not just me, but also all the girls in Miss Grand. I know that we're all very excited, and we just want to give our best. And so we really appreciate the support. And of course, to Mr. Dudes, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so flattered with all the words you said. Really, kinikilig ako. And It's so
Which
nice
is
to talk
totoo.
to you.
I mean, that is not really. I'm saying that because that's really what I feel about
Oh,
you, no. Kasi parang I could see you, Sam, as if I taught at Southville International School, probably you would have been my student, right? Kasi well, I taught at San Beda, I taught at St. Francis of Assisi, I taught at Manresa, I taught
oh,
at La Salle Sobel, so all those schools that I rotated, and ang galing-galing mo talaga. You're really, that's why when I first saw you in the Binibining Pilipinas, actually I was rooting for you already. But then when I saw the succeeding interviews, my gosh, this girl, talagang totoo yung sinasabi nila, you're really eating the microphone. Don't give the microphone to Samantha Panlilio, otherwise it will be the end of the competition.
oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sir Dudes. I really, really appreciate your time. And do we have a time difference?
Yeah, 1 hour difference. You're ahead
Okay,
one
okay.
hour.
It's not too bad. And I hope to visit Indonesia again soon. It was such a
Yes.
lovely place, and the people are very much alike. I remember the friends that I made in Global Jai were so, so very
Yeah.
kind, and we have very similar characteristics, so that's very cool to know.
Okay, and also when I talked to Sophia last time, she was also very excited to meet you in person because I asked her, who do you want to meet when once you arrive Thailand? Of course, Miss Philippines. She was like,
Yes, I want to meet her too because I did hear from an interview or someone mentioned to me that she actually lived in the Philippines for 2 years. So it would be so
yes.
nice to compare notes and talk about similar places. So I'm also looking forward to meeting Sophie.
And the good thing, and the two of you could really compare notes because both of you graduated in an IB school.
Hello? Oh,
Both of
you
you
paused.
graduated in an IB school. Both of you graduated in an IB
Oh,
school.
okay. So we can relate for sure.
So,
We'll talk about all the
yeah,
struggles.
yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's give our 101% support to our queen, Miss Grand Philippines 2021, Samantha Panlilio. I am very sure this interview really made you more loved, by your supporters and by your fans because I mean, my gosh, you're so natural, you're so genuine. Very articulate. I mean, your English is really impeccable. I keep on repeating that. Flawless. I mean, you couldn't even find any single mistake in your grammar, the sentence construction, the choice of words. Amazing.
Aw, thank you, Mr. Dudes. Means a lot coming from a teacher, especially.
Yeah, and give my regards to your family. And
Thank you. I
I
will.
hope I could meet you in person. Okay, and to have
You
a
be
picture
there?
with you beside you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Thank you again so much, Mr. Dudes.
last word to all your fans.
Um, Lalaban tayo, Pilipinas. I'm super excited to scream Philippines.
Yeah, that's what they're waiting for, no? Your introduction. Wait for it,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait for the, wait for all the pasabogs, the pasarela, the walk, and the not pause, and the evening gown. There's what all the things that you're asking us, no, for Samantha to disclose. Wait for it. Be patient.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Samantha. This is a dream come true. You know what? I cannot really explain what I'm feeling right now because you've given me this opportunity to have a conversation with you.
Of course. Anything for a kababayan.
Thank you, ladies
Thank
and
you, Mr. Dudes.
gentlemen. A virtual, applause to Miss Grand Philippines 2021, Samantha Pandilio. Thank
Salamat, everyone.
you.
Bye, Mr. Dudes. Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much to all who tuned in. Thank you so much. Thank you, Samantha Panlilio.